Spontaneous yoga practice. A lot of breath work in here. You can join in by just watching. I'm going to talk over, try to give some clear instructions about the breath. So finding a stance with your feet apart and coming to hands in prayer. Inhale to bring the hands forward and exhale to bring them to the heart. I'm using Ujjayi breath. Inhaling and exhaling deeply through the nostrils. My tongue is resting on the roof of my mouth. My palms are connected. Using the breath, I am tuning into my palms and opening my feet, finding grounding, inhaling to the third eye. Coming onto tiptoes, using the breath, the strength of the breath, and the power center below the belly button in the inner deep core, the hara. Holding the breath on the tiptoes and using Mula Bandha, lifting and squeezing the pelvic floor muscles to help retain energy inside our chakras. This is where the power is coming from, the breath work. So as you're on the tiptoes, squeezing the pelvic floor muscles as if you're trying to stop yourself from peeing. It gets advanced here, so if you're following along and you're a beginner, don't try and do this part. If you know breath of fire, this is what I'm doing here. Exhaling breath. The inhale follows naturally. Inhaling to lift the prayer and exhaling to bring the arms down. And the gaze is coming down to the elbows, little fingertips touching. Inhaling, opening the arms, the chest, the gaze, the throat lifts. The tip of the tongue in the middle of the roof of the mouth. The tongue is relaxed on the roof of the mouth. Exhaling down the gaze to the elbows. Inhaling the gaze to the thumbs, via the third eye, activating the third eye, the pineal gland. If it's too much for you to lift your gaze, you can look straight ahead on one spot. Exhaling, bringing the arms down, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Then the chin comes to the chest, the gaze to the elbows, the little fingers touching. Inhaling up. And I've opened my stance, coming down into a squat. So you can turn the feet out, move the hips from side to side and experiment with your center of power, the hara. Spreading the feet, rooting to earth. My focus is on the feet, on the breath, and in the center of power, below the belly button, deep core. I'm working with Mula Bandha here, activating the pelvic floor muscles, gathering them up and in, the perineum muscle in particular. Inhaling to bring the arms forward and exhaling to sink a little deeper, activating the perineum muscle for balance, the core is working, the legs might be shaking. Lift one heel up and then the other. Experiment, breathe, stay with the breath, breathe into the heart, relax the shoulders. Inhale to come up, focus on the third eye. Relax the feet, connect to earth, heel toe, coming to touch with the big toes and the separation between the heels, or a hip distance stance with the feet. Bringing the left hand to the heart, the right hand to the hara. Connecting with breath, allowing the body to move with the breath. Feeling into my feet, releasing with exhales. Anything I no longer need to be transformed. You can have your eyes closed or open with a soft gaze, looking at one point in front. Lifting the gaze, lifting the heart, inhaling up to prayer. Exhaling to the third eye. Breathing. Inhaling, heart center. Bowing down to myself, finishing with a prayer, with gratitude. Thanks for listening. Please leave me any feedback in the comments. I'm experimenting, more coming soon. Love.